Illinois earned bowl eligibility, defeating the Rutgers Scarlet Knights 35-13. They covered the 12.5-point line, and for the first time since I believe the early 2010s, Illinois had 2 seasons in a row where they are bowl eligible. It's a credit to the job that Bret Bielema has done with the Illini. Rutgers won the turnover battle, and it didn't matter. They had a lot of empty calories. At one point, this game was 35-6 Illinois. They probably could have made it worse if they wanted to. They had 7 more first downs than Rutgers, over 100 additional yards. This channel will make you a college football expert and help you enjoy watching games and make more accurate predictions. So what are you waiting for? Like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment your thoughts, and watch the video all the way through so that you can get the full package. And check the description and pinned comment for more ways to help yourself and this channel. They had 210 rushing yards on Rutgers and held Rutgers to, I know it says 59, but I want to see if that was because Illinois got a ton of pressure, which I know they did, but did that translate to sacks or not? Anyway, while I look for that, Illinois is out of the playoff picture. Rutgers obviously is too, but this was a game about pride, about showing up and showing that you can be consistent, because while the playoffs is do or die for a lot of programs, neither of these programs are in a position where not reaching the playoffs is a failure. Even this year, and I've been saying this forever, Illinois was not a playoff team. They were not. Even with all they brought back, even with their preseason top 15 ranking, even with them ranked inside the top 10 at one point, they were not a playoff team. Look at all their losses. All of them were by 3 scores or more. You simulate the season, 1,000 times, there's less than 100 times where they reach the playoffs. It's probably less than 50, even. This is through 9 games, given they have some close wins, it's probably a 5 or 6 win team on average through these 9 games. So the fact they have 6 instead of 5 is a credit to Bielema's coaching. And Illinois only had 2 sacks. So Rutgers could not run the ball between the tackles on the outside, even taking out the pass rush that the Illini were able to generate. Rutgers and Illinois each had 3 fourth-down conversions. Rutgers just had 1 failed fourth-down conversion, and the Illini had about a 5-minute possession advantage. Pretty good stuff from the Illini. They're fighting for pride. Rutgers is fighting for pride. Let's talk about what Rutgers has left on the plate. The Scarlet Knights host Maryland, and if they don't beat Maryland, then it's safe to say they're finishing with 4 wins. I mean, you could maybe beat Penn State at home, but Penn State and Maryland are comparable teams. Penn State's more talented. Maryland actually has something to fight for. Rutgers needs that win against Maryland in a rivalry game. It's the only protected rivalry between both the Terrapins and Scarlet Knights. They need that win to go bowling. If this Rutgers team goes bowling, with all that's went against them, with the tough schedule they have, yes, I know Penn State hasn't panned out the way that we thought, but still it's a tough schedule. Playing both Oregon and Ohio State, Iowa looks good having to travel to Washington on the road, traveling to Illinois. It's a tough schedule. If they go bowling with what sounds like improved investment in NIL, I think the season's a success if they just go bowling. So they need that win against Maryland. You're not beating Ohio State, and between Maryland and Penn State, the odds are you're dropping one of those games. So if they can finish 2-1, that would be impressive. This is a team that really only has receivers and a quarterback. I mean, Cali McManus had to throw it 45 times, just 25-45 touchdown, 60.3 QBR. Doesn't have any more eligibility left, which is sad because he probably could benefit from another year. But he's having the best season of his career, even with a offensive line that might be one of his worst and probably is the worst of his career outside of maybe 2023 Minnesota. KJ Duff had a good day. Ian Strong had a good day. TJ Sheffield did. These Rutgers receivers are legit, but they really only have the quarterback and the receivers and maybe like a good or okay defensive back here or there. And Jai Patel, who was 2 of 2 on his field goals yesterday. That's it. As for the Illinois Fighting Illini, they have a lot more they're fighting for. They could win back-to-back. They could win 10 games back-to-back, have back-to-back double-digit win seasons. They should beat Maryland, and that is in 2 weeks. So they get a bye here to prep for Maryland at home. They should win that game. They should beat Wisconsin on the road. They should beat Northwestern at home. This team should go 9-3, and that would, in part, prove me wrong. I thought that way when they beat Duke and when they beat USC at home, that, oh, shoot, your pick of Illinois winning fewer than 8.5 games is going to look stupid unless they really trip up. And there's a chance of that happening in any of these final 3 games because Illinois isn't super talented. But winning dominantly over Rutgers is a good sign that they're going to finish November strong. Altmaier had 5 total touchdowns, only 1 pick. And right now, his QBR is an 84.7, which is 7th nationally. He has a 165 passer rating, 3 rushing touchdowns. He's going to surpass his touchdown total, barring an injury, and he's completing 70% of his throws. He is going to be drafted. He is going to play himself into someone spending a draft pick on him, and good for him. That's phenomenal stuff. I am proud of him and Bret Bielema, and it's admirable what they are doing. I mean, at one point he was a wide receiver for Ole Miss. And now here we are, and he is possibly, bless me there, going to lead Illinois to back-to-back 10-win seasons. And at least, I would say, back-to-back 9-win seasons, most likely. Very impressive performance from him throughout the year. And also got to shout out Hudson Clement, Hank Beatty, Colin Dixon. Altmaier had almost 100 rushing yards, which is just absolutely incredible. So Illinois, they're not exactly fighting for the playoffs here, but this is a team that should be proud of winning 10 games, even if that doesn't include a playoff performance. They should be proud of that. And with how they've been able to recruit and identify talent in the portal, I think Bielema's going to be at Illinois for a long time, and I think he's going to put together some teams that are going to be annoying to the teams at the top whenever they have to go to Champaign or whenever they have to host the Illini. They're always going to be a tough out under Bielema. That can be the same for Schiano, especially if what he's saying about some of their NIL attempts and about their need to recruit better using NIL is true. And they actually have a good recruiting class coming up. Thank you for watching. It's my mission on College Football with Sam to make you the most informed, knowledgeable, and entertained fan as possible. We aren't perfect, but we hit the nail on the head more often than we hit our thumb with the hammer. Make sure to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, comment, and if you're here, you've probably already watched the whole video. So thank you for doing those things.